talking to a friend of mine last night. High school friend. Clunk. Uh-oh. You knocked my block off. And he's got a 99 Mercedes station wagon too. He had a BMW 5 Series, but it got too rusty, so he bought this wagon. And I haven't seen him in a while. He lives a couple hours away. Anyhow, he was telling me, back suspension clunking? It's your hydraulic rear shocks that have a storage tank and a link and a yada yada yada. He was telling me all kinds of stuff about the cars that I wasn't familiar with. So I crawled underneath it. I'm here at the warehouse now. Where am I going to jack this thing up from? The muffler? Differential? I'm going to show you a few things under here that are kind of startling to me. One of them is I got oil on my exhaust pipe. Where could that be coming from? And check this out. When I was driving it, when Billy left my house, it was wobbling. I could hear it, feel it a little bit, and when I drove back, it was worse. Well, found the problem. Yeah, right down to the cords. I drove an overloaded Mercedes at 80 miles an hour, 140 kilometers an hour. Not yesterday, mind you, but tires are worn right through the steel belts. I had no idea. I don't know. I ran my hands around these tires a few times looking for separated belts, but there's definitely a bulge. And there's an oil tank there. And something's leaking. And one of my rods may be broken or disconnected or malfunctioning or whatever. But, oh, Mr. CW parked this thing close to the wall, so I gotta squeeze in between. Jack it up and take a peek underneath. Oh boy, old cars. Gotta love them. Alright, we're all jacked up. Turn on my LED, wash out the camera flashlight. And what we got here? We got trouble in River City. I had no idea. I knew the tire was thin, but yeah, belt separated, too many revolutions, and yeah, can't believe I didn't have a blowout, or at the least the tire just go flat. But Fruit Loops ran them like this for a while. Yep. Driving a Mercedes with bald tires. Too bad they didn't have any tires at Goodwill in Gallup, New Mexico. Now, where's my leak coming from? Some guy in Vermont's got a Mercedes like this. He's scrapping or parting. He had 4 rims for $100. I wonder if he still has them. It was a month ago. I don't know what's leaking here. My little arms aren't broken. Boy, a little piece of tin is all that holds it onto the suspension. Arms for this and arms for that. I don't know why my rear suspension was going clunk, clunk, clunk like my shock was seized. But it's not. It sure felt like it. Something's leaking. Differential maybe? From the pinion seal? Rubber. Oh, I don't know, but isn't that a pleasure to see rust-free? Rust-free. Complicated car. Complicated car. Looks like a fuel pump back here. I'm not sure if that's a fuel pump. Guess that's my fuel tank, which is but half full. Fuel pump? The wire covers were off, but I guess in California it doesn't matter. Nothing corrodes. Guess that's the fuel pump. A shock absorber. Reservoirs of some sort. Yep, go right into the shock. Hydraulic rear shocks. A little nick in the suspension there. Suspension mount. Tow hooks. Alright, I'm gonna get up. Somebody texted me for the BMW. Oh, I hate to sell stuff, but I'll find a better one. Maybe a rust-free one in California. There was one that I was looking at a year ago, a slate blue one, 5-speed, 234,000 miles, 4,500 bucks more than I paid for this one. This one's got a busted coil, oh boy, and a little bit of rust underneath. Yeah, I can't stand this crap. I got 2 new calipers. The other one's seized. I got a couple brand new calipers. Could use a fuel pump, the secondary fuel pump. Body is so nice on this one though. Not a nick, a scrape, a dent, or a ding, or a scuff. Not a mark on this body. Must have always been parked in a nice garage where no one could bother it, and underneath the hood is nice and clean. No corrosion. Nice and clean. Nice car, you just can't keep them all, says Mrs. CW. Just a little bit of a dog nibbling at something there. Alrighty. I gotta hit the road. Good night. Night, cars.